I am so freaking behind on like some of my shows, and I'm really behind. I did the first episode of the Ts Madison Experience, and now I think they're like two and three are out. Now in episode two, and I guess they really was recording this stuff in real time. They were showing COVID-19, and now Miss Mary, unfortunately, tested positive for COVID-19, and she had to go quarantine for about 2 weeks. But come to find out that there was a false positive. So Miss Mary is back doing her cleaning, taking care of, of course, the TS and everything else going on in the house. Now, TS was also worried about her mom, of course, and going through everything else that everybody was going through, freaking out about COVID, cleaning, stuck in the house, worried about just everything, going crazy. Then, in the midst of all that, the T.S. Madison Maddie in the Morning came out. I would watch Maddie in the Morning, which T.S. doesn't know this, of course. We all watch for different reasons, but I am an essential worker, not just a blogger. And a lot of times in the morning when I had a different shift, I would actually watch Maddie in the morning on my way to work. Watching her and watching Chi Chi brought a lot of joy to my life. Usual people talk for coffee. I didn't do any of that. I stopped eating out. I haven't ate a freaking McDonald's fry in freaking forever. Okay, so a lot of time I had my own breakfast, my own coffee, whatever, and I would just drive to work and I would listen because I had playing on my phone Maddie in the Morning, and I'm telling you, the topics, I would laugh, I would, cry, listen to her sing, Maddie in the morning, Maddie in the morning, Maddie in the morning, all that stuff, and it was a real time when I watched the episode after Miss Mary had to leave and Maddie was just talking about her stuff and what she went through. Oh my God, it just brought back the memories of how it was when COVID first came out, a year ago. I mean, we're still going through it, but those first few months was a lot for a lot of people, and I was one of them. Going to work as an essential worker, I stopped blogging. I stopped blogging. I completely stopped doing anything to do with my content. I just didn't care. I don't want to say I gave up. I just feel like I stopped doing it because I was frustrated. I was frustrated about being worried about the COVID, having to go to work, being out, and it was just a very frustrating time for me. I sat in my car a whole lot of time and I cried. But like anybody else in the world, you call your mama. My mama was telling me, girl, pray. It'll be okay. And she was right. I prayed a lot going to work. I prayed, and I got through it. So same thing with Maddie. She did the same thing. She got through it. Her mama ended up coming back home. Okay. The Maddie in the Morning show was great because everyone now is watching it. Some people like that more, to be honest, than the Queen Supreme Court. And just like when she speaks to New York, one of her best friends, New York said, this is a not judgmental, a very fun, a light show that people like to watch. Myself included. I like both. Don't get twisted. But I understand what Tiffany is saying about the difference of the show. So we see Tiffany. She says she wasn't coming down there because I think she was supposed to. That's supposed to be her, her main co-host. But when COVID hit, Tiffany was like, "I'm not traveling." So she had to do it via virtual, like everyone else has been doing. And we found out through watching Maddie in the Morning that Tiffany was engaged. A lot of things was popping up and showing on the Maddie in the Morning show live. Okay. Now, one thing that Maddie was fussing about, T.S. Madison, about the technical difficulties that would happen. We got to finally meet Mo. I was like, oh my God. I finally get to see Mo. You keep hearing Mo, fix that. Mo, what's going on back there? And you didn't know who he looked like, but we finally got to see. So she ended up essentially having nobody in her house. Most times T.S. had her whole crew in there. Nobody was at her house at one time, so her and her mom, and she was doing her own thing behind the scenes. She was back to recording. She was getting everything together, her visuals, all that stuff she was doing by herself. And of course, Mo was there helping. Okay. So with that, as everything took off, she's got her manager who is literally fighting and pushing her brand. Like her manager works. Okay. Like she got her the new PR. And I could tell the manager is trying to, I don't want to say rebrand T.S. I don't think you could ever rebrand T.S. Madison. I don't care what you do. And I don't think she'll let you. But the manager essentially is trying to elevate and get TS to a place where I know TS wants to be. But when people have to change, I don't think everyone likes change because it's different. Who wants to change something you've been doing for a long time? But the way the manager is looking at it, she's like, I'm about to elevate you to here. Whatever. Yeah, I know it's a green screen. Yeah, I'm about to elevate you to here, where I know you want to be. Becoming the celebrity, becoming that girl. She is that girl. But you understand what I'm saying? That girl. Okay. So anyway, she gets her a PR, the whole nine. She gets her crew together because she wants to, for one thing, TS is taking her crew wherever she's going. Of course, looking out for herself. You have to do self-preservation. But the one thing I do like about TS is that she looks out for her crew and her people. People that have been down for her, dealing with the basement, all these things, and they're still rocking with her, period. Okay? So, Chi-Chi, who is her daughter. I love Chi-Chi. Message! Okay? So, we got Chi-Chi, we got Oliver, and we have Craig. I need Craig to go ahead and get a workout line. I need him to go ahead and get him some workout suits line. I'm going to need to see him on somebody's commercial about, well, not the book, but about, because the workout clothes be everything. So anyway, they get together. She wants to have like a little meeting. And she spoke to her crew. Like, I don't have a crew. And even though her crew was small, her crew packs a punch. My crew consists of my kids. And if I was to ever record us trying to do something when I'm getting ready to go do a live or my video, it's a complete mess. Most times it's me screaming and hollering. Anyway, TS is like, look, I want us to get back together. I want us to do our thing here. But look, we got to do some changes. We were having technical problems before COVID even hit. Okay, so I want to do a flawless show. And I get what she's saying. For a long time when she would do her shows, there would be problems. Even her other queen show, there would be technical problems. And I know that stuff has happened, but you get to a point where you want to elevate and say, I don't want to have any problems. And I know that from my own experience. If any of you guys have been watching me and know about Ready to Love last year, I had some great interviews. But what was the problem? The sound. The what? The sound! Okay? But what did I do? I elevated myself. I got my stuff together. And okay, here we go. So, she's telling the crew, like, look, we need to be doing some changes around here. I am not liking all this problem that we're having, some sound issues or whatever. I want to be a flawless performance. Now, with that being said, she was pretty blunt. And she said, do I need to get somebody else to do this? Now, Oliver did not take that lightly. He did not. He was like, look, I was having I didn't come to you when I was having financial, trying to get my coins in there and start doing my own thing, because I was very talented. So he had the clients. He started doing other things, okay, to go ahead and make that coin like anybody else would do. You got to, like I said earlier, survive the fittest. Just like Tia got to survive, Oliver got to survive, Craig got to survive, and so did Chi-Chi. They all have their own platform, doing their own thing. COVID-19 kind of really made a lot of us branch out and do all kind of things. I would have never thought about get my big light, getting the other monitor, all things that I have done the past 6 months. I would not have done it. I don't think I would have done it. Because the pandemic kind of made us take a look at what we are doing, whether it be a hobby or a job or whatever. So she's talking to them saying, I want this, that, and the third. Oliver starts talking about, look, I went through this. I need you to understand. I went through all of these things. And when he's brought up, you got money, you got coin. And she does. TS did not like that. TS is looking at it like, yeah, I got money. It seems like everyone comes to me about, okay, you already got coin. But TS looks at it like, I've had money for this my amount of time is because I had to do a lot of dirt, crap, go through a whole lot just to get here. And I will not go there again. So with that being said, this money is not being touched by anybody but the T and the S. TS was like, look, I don't give a care what y'all say. My money is my money. So, and I don't think Oliver really meant it. I think Oliver was just speaking about what he was going through during the pandemic and why he had to. Because I think it's up to him. He would only have the TS as his clients. But That's a long time without having no money coming in, so you got to do what you got to do. And Craig was trying to, you know, calm down. This is what's going on. Listen to this. Even Chichi was like, look, you are hard to talk to, period. So Oliver left. The Ts ended up leaving. Boom. And the other episode that came on after that, okay, Mama comes home. That's a blessing. She's home. She's happy to be there. She was scared. It did make Ts and Miss Mary think about what would have happened if something would have happened. You know, something bad. You know, we're not gonna put it out there. We're just, they were just reflecting. Which everybody going through the COVID, everything going through the pandemic, everyone does reflect, especially if you lost somebody. Okay, so now that Mary's home and things are getting back together, she's telling Mom, I want to make my whole basement a studio, which I think is everything. A studio for her Maddie in the morning, for the Queen's Supreme Court, or whatever she's planning to do. I think that's so smart. If you have this property that's it's yours, and you are, a brand ambassador or whatever influencer doing what you're doing, I would turn my entire basement. Now, look, I don't give nobody to say. I know you see the picture and everything is flashing, but I am in my garage, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm in the garage, okay? And eventually, wherever I am, I'm going to have me my own studio set up. It might be in this garage with me right now. Don't tell my mom that, though, okay? Anyway, so she wants to create this whole thing, which I think is just genius. I really do think a genius idea to do that. She ends up going to talk to Oliver. And of course, I saw Oliver there with his seasoning, with his seafood. I'm like, okay, Oliver, branding. So he has his seasoning there and everything set up, and they are having a discussion. Even when T.S. speaks to Oliver, it's love. But at the same time, at the end, she was like, I'm still mama. You need to remember that. I'm still mama at the end of the day. But you could check me, boo. But I'm mama. Always remember that. So with that being said, they're good. Things back to normal. Craig was the one that kind of facilitated. He talked to T.S. as they were doing their little jog or walk. He's all worried about her health. People dragged Craig a long time ago when he brought up some things about the T.S. and her high blood pressure. I don't think Craig was being mean about it. I think Craig was actually looking out for the T.S. and he always has been. So anyway, moving on from there, her and Oliver have this discussion. Now, we get into the branding of T.S. You see her hustling, her and her manager. We got the PR agent here. Because, now, I don't know. There was some times why we TV was recording the show that we as viewers were watching T.S. and things unfold on YouTube. People were dragging her. One more time, I won't mention their names. Ex-employees, ex-partners, all these things. So they're just saying people are dragging her and she wants to set it on fire. Like, clap back, okay? And let me say something. There was a time, child, that Cameshiar Reviews herself. That's literally all I did. Clap back, going off. What you say? Come back. Wait, come here. Let me check. So I understand her position and why she wanted to, but I also understand the branding position, how they're saying don't do it, don't say anything, because it's not worth it. And most of the time when you elevate and do these things, people who want to stop your growth, people who don't want to see you grow, are the ones who at the time might be popping, ooh, they fire, they going off on such and such. But when the dust settles, who's still standing? Message. All right. So anyway, she made a little video and posted it. We won't see what happens to after the fact. See, we all were watching stuff in real time, but they weren't showing us everything. So some stories we may know about, familiar to, because we were watching it in real time as fans or bloggers or whatever. But because of course we TV are gonna be recording it, we don't know what's with what. Okay, but I'm gonna say this: the journey that Ts has been on, for us bloggers who have watched her, for us fans who have watched her, is amazing. Because a lot of us who are on here, you don't think you're going to get on anything like WeTV. The fact that she's a transgender, she's doing all these things and empowering other people. She may not realize it. She's empowering us too. That journey she's been on is phenomenal. I've always admired her. So, her journey that she's on lets us all know that one day we can get there too, pretty much. Okay. The show is fire. It's funny. Mary is funny. Chi-Chi, all their personalities is everything. And they're introducing other people that you didn't even know. I got to finally see Mo's face. Hey, Mo. I got to finally see you, Mo. Okay. I enjoyed both episodes. I'm not gonna lie. I have to admit, Ts reads are everything. So when she reads your face off, you just be like this. Can I get some popcorn, please? Can I get a large soda pop? Thank you. Because whatever's about to happen, you're going to be there for a minute, okay? Because she's going to be going off. It's going to be classic reads. And it's going to be new reads. It's going to be whatever. But, when she spoke with the manager and they were going to pitch her for the talk. Oh, I would love to see her on the talk, especially right now. I would love to have seen her on the talk when that thing popped off with Sharon. Oh! Can you imagine the TS being on there up there with Cheryl when Sharon was like, let's talk about it. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh, baby. Let me tell you something. The TS on the talk when that popped off. Oh, it would have been everything. It would have been everything. So I would watch. I watch her anyway. I watch her mad in the morning. If she goes live, pop up or anything, I just watch it. Okay. It's just a good time. Okay. I have messaged her and she'll know me from a can of paint, but we'll respond. And has so many, I'm sure, hitting up her DM and tweeting her out and everything else. And I don't know how she has time to respond to all of us little people down here. Anyway, look, the first episode was good. The second episode was good. The third episode was good. I don't know why I got a feeling. Because, see, everybody is waiting for the drama. That's all everyone's waiting for. But, see, you can see that even without any drama, the shows are good. You don't have to have all that drama because her personality and her people, they're all funny. They all have something that they can add to the show. Okay? And people are waiting for the other shoe to drop because of different things that came out last year with TS and different people. Okay? But I'm looking forward to see another show. I mean, I'm not really worried about that. If it happened, they show it, they show it, they show it. They don't. Me, myself, if I did show my enemies, my ex, people who thought no, people who who could not see me doing anything special because they only saw themselves. And it's a whole bunch of them out there, including bloggers. Again, no names. Okay? So I would love to say, okay, you know who you are, but look at me and look at you. Okay? Bye. Which that would be hard for me to do. Like, if I was on, like, let me say this. If I was on WeTV, if I was even up there with Ts Madison for a moment and had an opportunity to speak to my haters, baby, let me tell you. But because I see people who are watching me, I see the DMs, I see the likes, I see the shares. Because people are watching me now, I try to move differently. And that includes no clapbacks. And trust me when I say this, that's very hard for me. So anyway, that was it on my commentary on the Ts Madison Experience. I'm sorry, you guys, I am very behind on that. So the next episode I will be reviewing in a better time span. But this was a special. I had to get both the shows in. Okay, both episodes in, episode 2 and episode 3. Okay, now, there was a part of the episode that really bothered me. And I remember when it happened, when Tia got the video of the transgender that got beat up. And my thing is this. Who somebody loves or who they want to be, I've never understood why that would affect somebody else's being, their spirit, so badly that the only way they could fix it is to harm the other person who has done nothing to them, maybe not even spoken to them, probably doesn't know they even exist. That's something that I would never understand. And then the people that were involved in it were black. And just like T.S. said, you guys were black men who could have been beat up by the police or anything, but yet you beat up a trans up. Why? So that's something I don't really understand. I'm happy that she's going to be able to tackle these topics that many don't talk about. Many people don't. I have always been an advocate, and so I will always stand up because I couldn't stand there and watch my get beat up. I've never tried to be the popular vote. I've never tried to follow with the crowd. I've always done me. That's why I say when I look at her journey, it's like she's done what she wanted to do to get where she is now. And worrying about what other people are doing, worrying about how other people are growing or whatever it is, stealing, copyright, taking your stuff, it's so much. It's so much. But I don't know. I like the journey. I like to watch because I know one day that could be me. Okay? So, and if anybody watches TS, you hear the ring background? Oh, I have the ring too, baby. I want to know what's going on outside at all times. So, I'm just saying. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Until next time, love you. Bye.